Almost done with Advent. 4 weeks. I've been challenging you through this Advent to use each of those 4 weeks to read one of the four Gospels. Hope you've been making the journey. Hope you took some time to read Matthew and to learn about God's complete faithfulness in Jesus Christ. Hope you read the Gospel of Mark and learned something about the power of God in Jesus Christ. Last week I hope you read the Gospel of Luke, learned something about the wonderful compassion of Jesus Christ. Fourth week, fourth Gospel, it's time for the Gospel of John. And John tells us something different. John tells us about how in Jesus Christ God's light, God's life breaks into our world. We're not the first people to discover the fact that John is different from Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Early church fathers often said the Gospel of John is the spiritual gospel, symbolized it with an eagle that soars above the earth, takes us to the heights. When the Christmas story gets told in the Gospel of John, there are no magi, there's no star, there are no shepherd, there are no angels. Instead, what we hear about is the Word that was with God, the Word that was God, becoming flesh and dwelling amongst us, and how we behold His glory, and how the light shines in the darkness. That's what John wants us to know about Jesus. It's God's light breaking into the world. We symbolize this in church services on Christmas Eve with candlelight ceremonies. We'll plunge our sanctuary into darkness, and then from the Christ candle we'll begin to pass the light until the room is ablaze with the light of Christ. It's one of the warmest, gooeyest, spiritual, liturgical moments that we have as a church. But we got to be careful not to stop there. It's not there just to make us feel spiritual, not just to make us feel good. It's to challenge us. Robert Louis Stevenson, the novelist, when he was a little boy growing up in Edinburgh, Scotland, used to watch the lamplighters come around and light the gas lamps in his neighborhood. And he was captivated by that. In fact, in later life, he reported that how he interpreted that experience to his family and friends was those men, those lamplighters, those were the guys who poked holes in the darkness. God poked a hole in the darkness by coming and dwelling amongst us as Jesus Christ. As a reflection of Him, we are now asked by the Gospel of John, how will we do the same thing? How will we poke holes in the darkness? The challenge this week is not just to read the Gospel of John. The challenge this week is to live the Gospel of John. How, where, when will you poke a hole in the darkness as a reflection of the light of Christ?